All right, let's talk about something pretty radical. Imagine this. What if you could fire Facebook but keep all your friends and all your photos? Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's the kind of future we're exploring today. We're diving into something called UIID version 1.5, and it's all about giving you the keys to your own digital kingdom. So, let's get into it.
But first, we gotta start with a really basic question. Think about your profiles, your posts, your entire online history. Who really owns that? Is it actually yours? Or are you just borrowing it from the digital landlords, the big tech companies who own the platforms we all use every day? This is the fundamental problem that a whole new wave of technology is trying to fix.
Because let's be honest, right now, on the internet, we all know and use what people call Web 2. Our digital lives aren't really our own. I mean, think about it. You can spend years building a community or a following on a platform, and then bam, one little algorithm change, one tiny policy update, and your entire reach can just disappear. You're basically building your house on rented land.
And this comparison right here, it just lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got the Web 2 world we're in now. It's a rented identity under total corporate control. But the vision for the future, what's being called Web 4, is the complete opposite. We're talking about an owned identity. This is a huge shift where you go from just being a user to actually being an owner.
And this is exactly where UIID comes into the picture. It stands for Universal Integrated Identity Decoupled. And that last word, decoupled, that's the magic word here. It means your identity, your digital self, isn't tied to any single platform. It's yours, giving you what's called true digital sovereignty.
So, the huge idea behind UIID is something called self-sovereign identity, or SSI. It's actually a pretty simple concept, but it's incredibly powerful. Instead of logging in with Google or Facebook everywhere you go, you have one single universal key to your entire digital life, and you, and only you, decide who gets a copy of that key, and you can take it back whenever you want.
The folks who created UID, Linkspreed, they put it perfectly here. When your identity is secured across a distributed network, it completely flips the script. It fundamentally changes the relationship you have with your own data. It's no longer about your information being locked away in some company's giant server farm. It's about it being held by you and secured by the entire network.
Okay, so that all sounds fantastic in theory, right? But what about the years and years of history, the reputation, the connections you've already built online? Well, this is where UIID version 1.5 gets really smart. It's not asking you to start over. Instead, it's building a bridge from your digital past.
The source material has this great term for it, the digital cliff. And it's a feeling we all kind of get. To join this new, decentralized world, it feels like you have to jump off a cliff, leaving your entire digital life, your reputation, your trust, your history behind. And that's a huge barrier. It's a major reason why more people don't just jump ship.
But here's the solution in UID 1.5. The Microsoft Account Bridge, and it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. You take your established Microsoft ID, something you might have had for years, and the UID bridge securely migrates these little trust anchors. Think things like how old your account is, or if you have a verified phone number. And just like that, you arrive in the new Web 4 world with your history and trust already there. You're not starting from scratch.
And honestly, this is a total game changer. It means you can slowly, safely start to move away from the big tech platforms without losing everything. It means that the trust you've worked so hard to build in one corner of the internet can now come with you everywhere else. But most importantly, it gives you the power to prove who you are without being forever chained to the platform where you started.
So, you've bridged your past into this new world. Great, but what about the future? I mean, if everyone is in control and there's no single company calling the shots, how do you stop the whole system from becoming a total mess? How do you actually govern a decentralized future?
I mean, just look at this contrast. The old way is what we have now. Top-down control. You can be silenced, censored, or even deplatformed completely just on a whim. The new way that UIID is proposing, it's all about community-driven moderation and decentralized consensus. The power is spread out among the users, not concentrated in a boardroom somewhere.
And this is the truly revolutionary part. It's a system that's designed from the ground up so that no single entity can have absolute power. Not a corporation, not a government, and this is the really important bit, not even Linkspreed, the very people who built it. This is what real decentralization is all about.
The positive impact here is just massive. You get a system that you can actually trust as it grows. It's naturally resilient to censorship because there's no single point of failure, and it enhances security in a really clever way, allowing for moderation while still protecting your privacy using cool tech like zero-knowledge signatures, which basically let you prove something is true without revealing the private info itself.
So, when you put these two huge pieces together, this bridge from our past and this new blueprint for our future, the bigger picture really starts to come into focus. What we're looking at isn't just a simple software update. This is a foundational step towards the dawn of Web 4.
So what this all boils down to is that UID 1.5 is laying some serious groundwork for the next evolution of the internet. We're talking about a web where things like trust, privacy, and your personal control aren't afterthoughts or options in a settings menu. They're the default. It's all about building an internet that actually serves its users, not the other way around.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. For decades now, we've all been building our lives inside these digital worlds that we don't actually own. But what if that changed? If you could truly, completely own your digital life, what would you build with it? What new kinds of creativity or collaboration or community suddenly become possible? That's the big question Web 4 is asking, and UID is one of the very first technologies to start giving us a real, concrete answer.